Reading out this review from the DWRG of The Monster of Peladon here. It's from James Manson, 3rd of the 3rd, 1998. To my mind, The Monster of Peladon makes a great deal more sense if you consider contemporary events in Britain at the time. The story was broadcast in March and April of 1974, and so was presumably written in 1973. Industrial disputes are very topical. In 1973, power cuts has led to the third three-day week, while the following year a miners' strike triggered a general election. The handling of the revolt of the Pell miners in the story would seem to be a plea for moderation on both sides of such disputes. Peladon joining the Federation might be seen as analogous to Britain's recent entry into the EEC, which occurred in 1973. This decision had been hotly debated, shades of the first Peladon story, while there was later, in 1975, a referendum on whether Britain should stay in, as some people thought that membership involved heavy payment in return for little benefit, much as the miners were sceptical of the benefit Peladon gained from Federation membership. The growth of the women's liberation movement had inspired, if that is the right word, the production team's decision to introduce the Doctor's first feminist companion, Sarah Jane Smith, at the start of the season. In The Monster of Peladon, the writer, in placing a female ruler at the head of a formerly male-dominated state, developed this idea further. Although her speech to the Queen on women's lib might seem a little twee to us now, then it was a far more contentious issue. So much for the background, you might say. Is the story any good? I'd rate it as middling. It has much of the same basic strengths and weaknesses as The Curse of Peladon. The strengths are the atmospheric interiors and the monsters, especially that big green thingy in the cloak, Alpha Centauri. The weaknesses are the Pells. The Queen is bland, and the rest are much better. The sets for the refinery and control room, the not-so special effects. A couple of bloopers are so obvious that even I spotted them without prompting. The plot is more complex than in the first story, with each of the main characters having their own agenda. However, while there is certainly enough material to fill out the 6 parts, is there really? The story is not especially fast-paced, like so many 6-parters.